nice weather today. I guess it makes for some good captures again. And what did I read today? What's going on? It seems like every time when I guess go to some kind of happy per se type of event on the previous day, the next day there's like war and stuff like that. How about this one? This was the dominating, I guess, headline in a lot of places. This one says, Iran launches hundreds of missile drones in first direct attack on Israel. Iran has launched hundreds of drones and missiles against Israel in an unprecedented attack that came as a response to an Israeli raid on the Iranian consulate in Syria 2 weeks ago. The overnight escalation came more than 6 months into Israel's devastating war on the Gaza Strip, which has killed more than 33,000 Palestinians and pushed the besieged territory to the brink of famine. The war has driven up tensions in the region, spreading to the fronts of Lebanon and Syria and drawing long-range fire at Israeli targets from as far away as Yemen and Iraq. Kind of an interesting diagram and stuff too, in terms of, I guess, where the attack is coming from and all. Saying here, Iran says the attack is in response to an Israeli strike on its consulate in Syria on April 1st and that the matter can now, quote, be deemed concluded. So by that phrase, to my knowledge anyways, from their end, they're saying they only attack, let's just say, Israelis' military sites and all that, or something like that. And if they retaliate, then they're asking for more trouble, whereas in their mind, I guess it's, hey, now we're even. The Israeli military said on Sunday the Iranian salvo consisted of more than 300 killer drones, ballistic missiles, and cruise missiles, but that 99% were intercepted with the help from forces from France, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The launches, which the army said came from Iran as well from Iraq and Yemen, set off air raid sirens in cities across Israel, including Tel Aviv, with explosions heard as air defenses intercepted the projectiles. I believe I was reading how this is part of that Iron Dome defense system too, but from what I remember in the past, it could be overwhelmed where they launched, let's just say, cheaper types of missiles, or maybe, I don't know, drones, and they have to spend lots of expensive artillery just to take it down. So it's just a matter of time where they'll just run out of ammo and all that. And like they say, a lot of other countries are getting involved in terms of taking sides. So will this truly be a World War III, even though that term has been thrown around so much over the past couple of years? And what will Israel do? For example, this one says, Israel vows to exact a price after downing drone and missile attack by Iran. Israel has warned that the conflict with Iran is not over yet and vowed to exact a price as it considers its response to the 330 drones and missiles launched fired overnight by Tehran. The Israeli military claimed more than 99% of the drones and missiles were intercepted with the help from allies including the US, UK, and France, but several ballistic missiles reached Israeli territory, causing minor damage to an air base. Rishi Sunak confirmed that RAF jets had been involved and called for calm heads to prevail following the assault and ahead of the meeting of the G7 leaders amid fears of further escalation in the event of a possible Israeli counterstrike. The other thing that's being thrown around here, again, has been a topic, is are various countries going to start throwing nuclear weapons? In that case, nobody wins, huh? And with that topic too, in a lot of places, for example, people are extremely divided in terms of what side to support and all that. And some people take it to the extreme where they wish death upon those that don't support, let's just say, their side. So this was kind of fascinating, as somebody apparently did that where they went to some kind of, I guess, city council meeting and they wished, for example, that certain people would go die and so forth, and they took it really seriously where the person was, I guess, apprehended and will potentially, I guess, face jail time and all that. This one says, activist faces 18 felony counts for allegedly threatening Bakersfield City Council. Riddhi Patel, 28, who grew up in Bakersfield and works as the economic development coordinator for a local nonprofit, was arrested after a public statement she made this week on the topic of a ceasefire and on metal detectors at City Hall. Among her comments, Patel said the council members were such, quote, horrible human beings that Jesus probably would have killed you himself. Later, she expressed hope that the oppressed people might, quote, bring the guillotine. She concluded her public statement by saying, we'll see you at your house, we'll murder you. In response, Mayor Karen Go at first calmly called for the next speaker to come to the lectern, and then paused and said, Miss Patel, that was a threat, what you said at the end. So the officers are going to escort you out and take care of that. So you can see her actual speech and stuff here, and it's basically what happened as they mentioned in terms of them calling the police and so forth.
I don't have faith that you'll do this. You guys are all horrible human beings, and Jesus probably would have killed you himself. I remind you that these holidays that we practice, that other people in the global south practice, believe in violent revolution against their oppressors. And I hope one day somebody brings the guillotine and kills all of you For that reason, you guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors, we'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
Ms. Patel, that was a threat, what you said at the end, and so the officers are going to escort you out and take care of that.
I know a lot of times nowadays people are like, oh, it's just words, for example, who cares? But in this case, I guess it doesn't matter, huh? Which kind of raises some, I guess, debate, because from what I'm reading online, some people were saying this is necessary to teach people a lesson where you can't threaten people like that. At the same time, a lot of people are saying the only reason why she was arrested is because she threatened a public official. If a regular person was threatened, nothing would be done to them. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, it reminds me of even people like internet trolls, for example. Man, like the things they say to people and so forth, there's no way you'd get away with that, I guess, in a real life public area, for example, yet they do it because you have no repercussions, I guess. All right, see you guys later.